Okay, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to compare the Mini Apprentice and the Apprentice. You see the two of them sitting right there. I'm going to fly the Mini Apprentice first. We're going to fly at the same 50% power. And on the DX6 radio, I'm flying the Mini Apprentice with my DX18. And on the DX6 radio, I move the elevator trim back to neutral, so it'll fly at 50% hands off. So I'll take off on the Geotex runway. Here we go. Okay, setting the throttle to about 50%. Turning. And I'm going to do a touching. So here I'm going to show you how slow it goes compared to the... Time remaining 11 minutes. Huh? You're above the camera. Okay. Here we go. So I'm going to show you how slow this thing goes and compare it to what I'll call the slow speed of the both Mini Apprentice and Apprentice. So that's where I usually like to fly it. It's actually a little bit below 50%. It's about 40% power. Okay. And does very nice turns. I am in experience mode. And I will do a touch and go first. Idle power, bringing it on in. Okay, so here we go, taking off with the Mini Apprentice on the Geotex runway. Pulling it back to about 50%, keeping it about 50 feet in the air. And you can see how slow it's going. That's level flight. My hands are off the stick and we're at 45% throttle. Okay, going to do a slow turn. Time remaining 8 minutes. Let it fly just across the field of view of the camera. Then we'll come back and do a landing on the Geotex runway here. Okay, going to pull the power to idle about here. Get to the beginning of the Geotex runway and land. Okay. I'm going to taxi it out of the way so I don't hit it with the Apprentice, because the Apprentice is next. So now we're going to do the same thing with the regular Apprentice, what we did with the Mini Apprentice, except I'm going to take off on the grass. I'm going to taxi out, go past the Geotex runway. And take off. Here we go. Okay, so back to 50% power and in experience mode. Now you can see this is flying a little bit faster. My throttle is set to 50%. And the difference between one of the big difference between these two airplanes is the top speed. The Mini Apprentice does have a much smaller motor, and if you put them both to 100%, which I may show you in just a minute, what the difference in speed is. So you can tell this was flying just a little bit faster. I'll come in and do a landing on the grass. Pulling power to idle and bringing it on in. Okay, throttle cut on that one. Now I'm going to take off again with the Mini Apprentice and show you what it looks like to fly at a much faster speed. So I think I'll just turn this around and put it on the geotex. Okay, so slight bit of crosswind, actually slight bit of crosswind and tailwind, but the sun angle is better this way, so I'm going to continue flying this way. Okay, I'm going to fly it at 100% power. You can see how much faster it'll go. That's a headwind. Okay. And we're going to fly with a slight tailwind down a runway at 100% power. That's going pretty fast. Although not as fast as you'll see in a minute with the, that's 100% power. I'm keeping a bit of nose down on the elevator, and we're going to land on the geotex again. Okay, notice that it coasts to a stop, throttle cut, and I'm going to take off again with the big Apprentice. Throttle is armed, and we're going to do 100% on that one, taking off with 100% power. Okay, I'm just going to leave it in 100% power. The handling characteristics of both airplanes are about the same. The speed is significantly different. One of these days I may get out my GPS indicator, mount it in the airplane, and tell you what the exact speed is. That'll be a future video. But that's 100% power. Okay. So now we're going to go from 100% power to a landing on the grass. And throttle is idle. Turning it around. Lining up on the grass. And there's the two airplanes. Okay, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the next video.